All right. Here is some very, very special content. I don't know if this is special content. That's just something you're supposed to say. Well, this is special because I normally don't really draw illustrations where I try to challenge myself with colors. When I challenge myself with like new techniques or maybe like the plot. I like to challenge myself with the plot of my comics or like the amount of research I do for my comics or something like that. But very rarely do I challenge myself with like coloring because I actually dislike coloring quite a lot. So that's the reason. But in here, I am drawing like these crystal islands that are floating in the sky, and then there's some more crystals on the ground, but you can't see them yet at this point. And there's like some little houses in there every now and then. Maybe someone is living in there. But yeah, I generally don't really draw illustrations like this. I draw illustrations if a client asks me to draw an illustration. And if I draw for myself, I draw comics. I enjoy the plot making part way more than the illustrating part. So basically, all of my illustrations are just for the sake of comics. And also, this is kind of for the sake of a comic because this is for a kind of like a secret thing for Millenials Kill. So yeah, this is also for the sake of comic, and that made me kind of like have the motivation to draw something like this, something that challenged my skills a little bit. I mean, I don't know if you have noticed, but like I am very good at drawing the things that I need for a comic. I am very efficient as an artist, but I am not like that talented. Or like I guess I am talented, but like the thing is like I would never be able to paint photorealistic painting. That is just not the thing that I do. That like I have a very special skill set, and it's not photorealistic paintings. My special skill set is that I am very fast at drawing the things that I need for my comics, and I am very good at portraying the things that need to be said. Like, my comics are generally quite easy to read, and you're not often confused. Like, hey, wait, what's going on? Where did this one person come from? Or wait, what is this place they're in right now? Because that happens with the comics a lot. Like, you sometimes are very confused. Like, where are these people? What is this environment? Where did this one person suddenly come from? Things appear and disappear and stuff like that. That very rarely happens to me. People have been complimenting me on that. And sometimes I even use this as a joke, like I make something appear or disappear, but it's more like a punchline, and that's why it appears or disappears. But yeah, this kind of art that I'm doing right here, right now, is not part of like the things that I know how to do, things that I do the best. So this was a challenge. Now I'm just drawing like the small trees and everything. I kind of like first was thinking that I would leave this black and white. At this point when I was drawing this, I was still thinking this will be only black and white. I will only do like cross hatching, and this will look like old timey, like a wood carving thing or something like that. But then you have to like add more and more and more details to make it look like a wood carving. Like right now it doesn't look like a wood carving yet. It needs to have more details for it to look like that. But yeah, I was thinking that maybe that's something that I would do. But then so at some point I was like, no, I wanna challenge myself. I think when I was like drawing this like grass texture, at some point I was like, I want to actually try to color this, and I have really good colors in mind that I would like to use. I am very lazy at coloring, so the colors are kind of based on this one color palette that is just comes with the Procreate, because Procreate on iPad has like a couple of different color palettes that it already has installed in. And I just used one of them. And my normal coloring process, where I used like the browns and the greens and such, it's also just a Procreate color palette that I changed a little bit. I added some grays and threw out a couple of browns from there and such. So yeah, I'm sorry if this broke all of your expectations, your dreams of me being a real artist. Now I'm just like using a color palette that was given to me when I got my iPad. I think that made things easier for me, and it's fine. But yeah, this grass part just takes forever and ever. But don't worry, after this part, now it's the colors. Finally it's the colors. First I made the sky like really dark. I don't even know why I made it that dark, and I started filling in the crystals, but then I was like, I can't even like properly see the colors on the crystals, so I had to start making the sky lighter, and I made it somehow like this foggy, so that it looks like there's some, I don't know, kind of like fog or clouds or something like that. I mean, there is a lot of water in this picture also, so I would assume there is some fog in the air. And then I'm just like coloring the water and then the grass, and then I put some more yellowish areas on the grass or in the foliage, and the water also I make some like alterations into it. And then I was like, okay, this now these crystals look like plastic, so I started putting in just a little bit of some kind of texture into them. I just like drew the texture in, but in here it just seems like I clicked it there and that's it. But it's just really fast, you know. And then in the end I decided that all of these houses will be pink because that's cute. And then I added some more like of this mist or fog in there. I mean, that amount of water, there must be some kind of mist in there. And I also slightly colored the line work as well. And now it's done. Here it is. Now you can see it. I actually really like this. And then there is another one. This is kind of like a pair for the other one. I need both of these illustrations. So this is just kind of like a desert. If the other place was like very, like there's a lot of water in there and very airy, so this is like a very hot and dry place. So first I'm just like coloring all these rocks, and all of the colors on like the like how far are the rocks, they are on different layers, so that's why that's how I was able to just like change the colors a little bit. And this one took me way less time to make. As you can see, it's already done. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this process.